Solve.care has released the roadmap for decentralization of healthcare and beyond. I'm Pradeep Goyal, CEO of solve.care. And today I'm going to share with you one of the most important layers in the roadmap called Care.Networks. Fundamentally, a care network is a network of wallets that are connected by roles and relationships. Using this model, you can define any healthcare ecosystem that exists on the planet. An ecosystem inside a hospital, an ecosystem of patients with a common disease, an ecosystem of insurance company and all their members, an ecosystem of providers offering telemedicine services to patients worldwide. You can create any ecosystem you like. Our clients can use Care.Network capability to launch disease-centric networks, let's say diabetes care, cancer care, pregnancy care, hypertension, COPD, and many other care delivery models. Administrators such as insurance companies, TPAs, accountable care organizations can launch networks around their membership. You can have hospitals launch care networks around all their patients. You can have a government agency launch a care network for all their citizens in a certain city or in a certain state or in a certain country. You could even build a care network to serve all diabetics around the world. Care networks are effectively a model of communication that emulates the real-world relationships in a digital world, but much more effectively. Care networks can be defined for cultural, geographical, language, and regulation, and even reimbursement models. You can design a care network for the needs of a population around a disease, or you can build a care network around the needs of the population around a payment system. And care networks can be built by small hospitals or even a single physician with a small practice to gigantic multi-hospital networks, and even at a country level. But care networks are not just networks. They also have some very unique properties of Web3 and blockchain. Every network is auditable. Every network logic is transparent and published on the blockchain. Every network event is written to the ledger. All the network data is private and secured. So care networks represent the opposite of the current healthcare IT infrastructure, where all the logic is private and you have to send your data to the logic for it to give you any value. In our world, the care networks are transparent. Before you interact with the network, you know exactly what it does. A third party can audit and ensure that the network is built to the right specification and will do no harm. So in that regard, care networks represent transparency, equity, justice, fairness, and access for healthcare that has long been missing from every healthcare infrastructure and healthcare model in the world. Care networks turn healthcare upside down. And most importantly, care networks allow networks to interoperate and create a bigger network. You could launch a disease-by-disease network in a certain country, and by having all these networks interact with a consultation network or a payment network or a regulatory compliance network, you could make every network behave the same way in terms of compliance or in terms of payment. So care networks, through their interoperability, become way more powerful than any standalone network can ever be. And extending that concept to a global view, our vision is to build a global network of networks where no matter where you are, no matter what your disease condition is, no matter what your financial condition is, no matter whether you are self-insured or not insured at all, or you have a proper coverage from a third party or the government agency, you will have a choice of networks to choose from. It's all about breaking down the boundaries in healthcare. It's all about making healthcare open, equitable, accessible, and transparent for everyone. And our vision and our strategy is to enable care networks that are authored by clients of all sizes in all parts of the world, and ultimately connect every network to each other through the wallet. And that creates this ultimate Amazon of healthcare, where you have access to care no matter when, where, and how you need it. Care networks are an essential primitive for decentralization of healthcare. Please stand by for the roadmap, which shows you the networks that we have built, the networks that are coming, and how they connect together into a network of networks worldwide.